JJK Season 3 has the worst episode in JJK. That is according to some negative fans on IMDb. Yikes, these negative fans downvoting JJK Season 3 and giving it 1 out of 10 scores, saying the animation and art is bad, comparing it to Ben 10, saying that it reminds them of One Punch Man Season 3 are absolutely wild in their statements. These negative Nancy's downvoting JJK Season 3 because of the talking in episode 3 represent a big problem within the shonen anime community, but we will talk about that later on. But now MAPPA have released 6 new images for JJK Season 3 episode 4. First up, we have this rando Brando dude. Even though this dude is a completely random looking character, it's crazy how much care and love when it comes to the artwork MAPPA put into this rando Brando. It does appear our girl Maki is going to be fighting these guys because, ooh, you see them in the background, and of course you saw them in the trailer. I won't tell you exactly what is going to happen, but you already know Maki is going to go absolutely crazy in this episode, because look at this shot with the shadow over her. Look at the muscles on this gal. My gosh, this gal is a demon in this shot. I just love how the characters in the background are blurred out and she is completely in the foreground in beautiful quality. And speaking of beautiful, this shot of Mai looks so majestic of her just standing in front of the ocean. The background looks beautiful, her character design looks nice. It honestly feels like I'm watching a movie, mate. And speaking of movies, it does look like they are using the letterbox format for this shot of Maki. It's given that 21:9 aspect ratio, a similar aspect ratio to when Sukuna was fighting Mahoraga back in Season 2, Episode 17. It does look like when the action is going to kick off, she is going to be switching aspect ratios, and look at the art. Gosh, I can only imagine the Sakuga in this episode, mate. But we go from beautiful to look at this shot of Naoya. Yes, the art does look decent, but it is Naoya after all. But those are all the new preview images. Overall, these look fantastic. It is going to be a huge whiplash compared to last week's episode. While I enjoyed last week's episode, it did get some controversy and some negative reviews, especially on IMDb. Many fans were very underwhelmed and did not like it. Many even given it a 1 out of 10 on IMDb, which is absolutely abhorrent. The episode was really good. It was a really great way to understand the Culling games. They really improved what was done in the manga. But now that I have seen these new preview images, I feel like those negative Nancy's will be absolutely quiet throughout this episode because it is going to deliver greatness. As well as the new images, we also got a synopsis, so let's read it. If you don't want to read it, then skip ahead on the timestamp. I feel like if you are an anime only, then skip ahead because this synopsis might actually spoil some key plot details in the new episode. The group begins to carry out their respective roles in order to put an end to the extinction tour. Among them, Maki goes to the Zenin household to retrieve cursed items in order to strengthen her fighting force in order to participate in the extinction tour. Despite being insulted by Naoya and her mother's warnings, Maki heads to the storage room. When she opens the storage room, she finds the blooded Mai and her father, Zenin Oji, in place of the empty contents. Oh my, this synopsis pretty much spoiled some things in the new episode. With the new images and synopsis released, it does look like those leaks regarding 5 chapters adapted into this episode is in fact true, because this episode, according to the synopsis, does look like it is adapting chapter 148 to 152. Seeing this amount of positivity in regards to JJK Season 3 Episode 4 and the amount of hype online does make me feel like this episode is going to potentially be a contender to be episode of the year for anime. There are some fans who are even saying that this is automatically a 10 out of 10 episode. This episode hasn't even been released yet, and there are so many fans already rating it extremely highly compared to last week's episode, where many fans rated it 4 out of 10 or even lower. I saw a bunch of 1 out of 10s on IMDb and was absolutely baffled by what some fans were saying about that episode. Episode 3 is the lowest rated episode in season 3 and is lower rated than any episode in season 2. And why is that, you ask? Well, it's because of the yapping, quote unquote. The episode had a lot of yapping and no hands clapping. It's the same controversy with Solo Leveling. Whenever there's an episode where it's character focused, the fans downvote it. The truth is, no matter how many times these shonen fans claim that they want good story, good plot progression and all that, the truth is, most shonen fans are only here for one thing and one thing only: the action sakuga animation scenes. I think there are shonen fans out there who are quite embarrassed to admit that they only watch anime for action scenes. There are some people out there who have claimed that it doesn't matter how badly written a show is, as long as the action looks cool, then they will give it a 10 out of 10. Not my words, but somebody else's. Even in terms of viewership, these types of episodes tend to get the most views online. But in JJK's case, it's probably going to be a little different, because I feel like the action scenes do contribute to the story. I won't spoil what is going to happen in this next upcoming episodes, but the action scenes do play a pivotal role in terms of the plot and narrative progressions. When the action kicks in and it concludes, it is going to have a huge ripple effect in terms of where the story goes for certain characters. And honestly, JJK has always been well known for that. Look at the Sukuna vs Mahoruga fight. Sukuna was absolutely obliterating the city, and while it was cool art and animation, so many people were controlled alt-deleted, resulting in the execution of one Itadori Yuji. Fortunately, our pink-haired fellow did not get control alt-deleted and is teaming up with Giga Chad Yuta. But bringing it back to episode 4 for JJK, I do feel like compared to other shonen animes, JJK, especially with the upcoming episode 4, will have action scenes that will contribute to the narrative overall. It is not going to be a style over substance episode. It is not going to be mindless action scenes with no story or character progression. It will potentially have beautiful art and animation with a guaranteed strong narrative hook. Despite the rumored runtime being 28 minutes long, my only fear for this episode is that 5 chapters is quite an awful amount of chapters for one episode. I originally thought MAPPA was going to drag on this arc for a bit, 2 episodes at least. I know these chapters are just action panels, but there is still quite a lot of narrative focused panels in these chapters. But maybe with no opening and end credits rumored to be in this episode, and those extra 4 minutes, that could potentially give MAPPA all the time they need to faithfully adapt the perfect preparation arc. But who knows, we just got to wait and see until the next episode arrives. Overall, these new images look great, solid, cinematic, and I am so hyped to see the Avengers of animators who have been leaked in the staff list to turn up and deliver absolute greatness for this episode. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think of all of this? Do you like or dislike the new preview images? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more JJK videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. Thank you for watching. The Second Boy Dude signing out.